You know, unfortunately, he's an Inter fan. Hey, Frankie, how about we do this? I'll give you $100 right in front of everybody.
$100 is nothing.
And you becoming an AC Milan fan, and I'm buying you an AC Milan uniform. Is
that years of misery. Years of misery is attached.
Don't do it,
Frankie. Hello. Yes.
Man, Peter's smile kills me.
I've
never seen Peter this. I haven't seen Peter this
thought of it
happy.
too. I said this is gonna happen.
The past few weeks,
Listen,
but now
well,
he's
the first-
looking,
I can't
looking
stand
good.
3 points ahead of
3 points is
yeah.
nothing.
Do not
Even when either tie,
It's better than being 3 points behind.
Lazio
I don't
Next
know.
game-
Maybe you would actually have some hunger.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
Lazio
you're
win
right.
next game, they're level and they'll be 2 points away
Okay.
from Juve.
Hey, you know what?
Even closer.
I couldn't care less. AC Milan is getting 3 extra points. That's it.
Forza
Can we
Milan,
start the
right?
podcast? Yeah. Forza Milan. All of a sudden, it's a Milan fan.
Look at him. He's got the Piontek shirt.
Oh, yeah? Okay, all right.
All of a sudden, now that you guys start
I've
winning,
always been a Milan fan.
Yeah.
all right, let's go.
All right, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie A audio experience with IFTV. We got Peter smiling in the corner over there.
Smiling, half smile.
Nah, that's a
I mean,
pretty
the way
full
it could
smile
have
from you.
the way it could have turned out,
Wait.
it's a lot better.
What?
Not only we got Peter smiling, we got one of his fans is with us right now. He's going to be introduced soon.
My fan, he's a fan of everybody. Yeah.
I know, but technically one of them it's an Inter tifoso, and Angelo is a Fiorentina tifoso. So
We have some guests today that are going to come on. What are you going to say that?
No, we're starting with Napoli Juventus.
Just wherever you want.
We're going with the
Okay.
bang already?
No, let's start with the Napoli
Go ahead.
Juventus. As soon as the game started, I told Marco, I said, Napoli came to play today. I mean, they were concentrated. They were playing the ball first time. They were making the 1-2 pass. And I think that they had some problems, I think, in their heads. And now Gattuso is working on that, and I think that today they came out of it, and most of it Insigne. He had something on both goals. He took the shot that rebounded, and then Zelensky put it in, and then he had the cross that he put it in on the volley. So Napoli concentrated from the first minute and came ready to play.
okay, let me just say something very quickly for anybody that doesn't know yet. I mean. Last week, Anastasi died, was one of the best players that we had in Italy, played for both Juventus and Inter. And unfortunately, today we find out while we were watching the game that Kobe Bryant died. So everyone is still all scrambling. We have our head still spinning because this guy not only was a spectacular superstar in basketball, but he was a big AC Milan fan. And we wore the black and red stripes on his sleeves, and he was always part of the news with AC Milan. From what I understand, he was actually training at Milanello with the club, and it's a sad news. So rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, and we hope that things they get normalized for the rest of his family, because it's a very, very sad news for everybody to digest.
Yeah, I mean, you said it well. He's a huge AC Milan fan.
Yeah.
He said, if you cut my left arm, it'll bleed black and red. He said, if you cut my right, it'll bleed purple and gold, which is the Lakers. So he had a huge. I don't know if he was born or he grew up in
Milan.
it.
His father played for Milan.
He was a basketball player.
He
and
spoke
lived there for like
Italian,
5 or
he-
6
He's
years,
fluent
yeah.
Italian. His father grew up over here. He grew up as an Italian kid.
Yeah.
But he was just a legendary on the court too.
On and
Off, he
off.
was an amazing person too. He did amazing things for a lot of people, and it's sad that we lose such an amazing person like him.
Mentality-wise, he was just
a winner.
on a
Champion.
completely different
100%
level.
Champion.
Everybody growing
Legend.
up, I think, everybody knew Kobe and everybody loved Kobe. So yeah, rest in peace. Very sad, very, very, very sad. Having said that, it's nice to see how many people can be united by this. So many people, every team, all people around the world. It shows you the impact that somebody like that has. I think, right?
Yeah, it's 100%.
Anyway, we'll move on.
Let me say a few things now
Yeah.
about the game. I think me not being a Juventus fan, I just wanted the Juventus to win so badly because I want Inter to be put almost with one foot on the grave and one on a banana sleep. But it didn't happen. How the hell you guys cannot capitalize on a game like this?
This was the game that, again, I haven't changed my stance since the beginning. This morning when Inter tied Cagliari, I got a text from Mike. Oh, you see, this is how the Scudetto goes. But I don't believe in that. And I think that this today reinforced even more why I believe Inter are going to win the Scudetto. Even when they tie to Cagliari, Juventus, they just don't have that mentality. Sarri said it himself that they lack the hunger inside the league. I think it was very clear by the way Juventus went out there. There was zero hunger to win that match. Yeah. I think they started playing in the 90th minute when they had maybe their first shot on target. And I think that Inter's got more of a desperation, and now they're reinforcing with Eriksen, with a lot of good players. And I just think I was very disappointed in the way Juve played. Having said that, Napoli was much better. I think overall they were playing their hearts out. They knew that there's a couple games that can change your season around. I think even Ludo said it last week. And they won. Who did they beat this past week?
Lazio. They beat Lazio in Coppa Italia.
Exactly. And I think we said once you get one game that could kind of go your way, it could kind of be the kickstart to getting out of that rut. And I think that the Lazio and now this Juventus is really good. And credit to Gattuso. I say Gattuso outcoached Sarri tonight.
Yeah. Can I just add something?
By far.
But guys, jump in if you agree with me. Juve were unconvincing today. But I feel like it's nothing new. A lot of these games, even the ones they won, they were unconvincing wins. Their performances didn't show a lot. So even if they lost today, it was another, like they could have...
Yeah, but the result, they usually get the result.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they
the
lost.
only difference is the result.
Exactly.
If it was like a win or they slipped, they got another goal or two, we would have been like, oh, another unconvincing win, but Juve got the points.
Yeah, but...
So it's not that much of a surprise other than the result. In terms of performance.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about the result.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a huge shock out of nowhere.
No, I understand what you're saying. But I think Juventus usually in the past when teams slip up, they make sure that they get the goals. So like the last time Inter slipped up, they scored 2 goals in 7 minutes versus Roma, and they put the game to sleep.
Gap, right?
Instead, this game, I think, like Marco said, Juventus, Napoli, they don't have any hopes right now. You know, whether it's Europa League, Champions League. If it happens, great. If not, you know, this is the most important game that they'll probably play the whole season. Napoli, Juve, for Napoli fans, Juventus is the biggest, you know.
Especially with Sarri, with Higuain.
Team that you have to win, Sarri, Higuain, all that stuff. So I think the fans and the whole city really felt this game. For sure. And... You know, Napoli, they played like it. And I think we also have to give credit, like you said, to Gattuso. Because last week we were all saying, why Gattuso? Why Gattuso? Gattuso still doesn't have control of this team. Mm-hmm. Somehow, some way, he was able to manage. So a question here is, were we a little too hard on Gattuso? Because considering what happened and what transpired with Napoli's season, you know, it's not going to take a couple of games to get that shock. So we just saw versus Lazio, versus Juventus, which are two of the top teams in Serie A. He's actually beat them. Napoli have the quality players. They did make some investments, Lobotka and Demme. So Napoli looks like it's a team that maybe not necessarily go up, but can challenge.
People judge too quickly.
I agree
Way
with
too quick.
Those few rare times that we agree with each other. But to me, the game, it's on Sarri. Sarri is like he's coaching for Napoli. In other words, he takes the best player on Juventus out. He takes Dybala and he puts Bernardeschi. You gotta be kidding me.
How's that coaching Napoli?
Let him say. Let him finish.
Meaning that
keep going.
It was the wrong thing to do. It was the wrong thing to do. It's like you are penalizing Juventus by taking your best player out, and you are just, you favoring Napoli. So that was the first mistake. Then when Douglas Costa was put in, I think it was put right too closer to the center of the field. Douglas Costa normally plays on the right side, and he makes the run that Bernardeschi used to make. I never seen Douglas Costa 20 minutes games today making one cross from the right hand side. Douglas Costa was playing on the middle. I don't understand what did he tell him before he got into the game.
I think that Dybala wasn't having a good game, but I think that anyone who says that Higuain was having a good game is lying to themselves, because this guy Higuain has been off all season, despite maybe one or two rare occasions where he's shown up. And I think that this game needed Douglas Costa. I think that at halftime, Douglas Costa...
Take Rabiot out. Take Rabiot.
No, I think Matuidi is never in the game. Matuidi plays for the other team every time he plays. I mean, he passed the ball to Napoli on the first goal. The first goal started from a Matuidi on the left side.
He crossed the ball from almost the corner to outside the area.
I swear to God, Michael would have made a better cross than that.
Oh,
with your left foot. With your left foot.
I appreciate
it. It was embarrassingly bad.
Gaetano, what did he find?
That's true. That is true.
Did you see again Sarri taking notes?
He was taking notes on the offside. Because Higuain went on an offside and then he was writing something. So he's probably going to explain the offside to Higuain.
Make sure you don't.
So when he goes back home, Higuain is going to get a letter from Sarri said you were on offside, technically.
But
is that right?
his obsession with Higuain just baffles me at times. I mean, I understand. I think Higuain's good off the bench, as a bench player. But Dybala, in my opinion, this game was begging for Dybala, Ronaldo, and Costa at halftime. I think those three players, your three most important, your three most talented, the three best players of the season, in my opinion, at least up top, needed to be in. And then with Matuidi and a couple of decisions, Pjanic went out and all this kind of stuff. But overall, I agree with you, Antonio. I think that that Sarri was really at fault. Gattuso outcoached him. They came out. He got his team much more motivated than Sarri can. Yeah. Sarri said on multiple occasions that Juve's mentality has been raw. He said we don't have that same mentality to keep winning.
But it's not with the coach. That's him.
I agree, because Juventus over the years would never lose a game like this in the manner that they did.
Oh, right.
And I think that that's the difference. But again, not taking anything away from Napoli.
Maybe the slip up of both Inter and Lazio kind of, because I guess Sarri doesn't give that sense of urgency, help them to.
Exactly.
He's not.
No.
It's not
That's what I'm saying. The slip.
That guy's
if
not
Inter,
a Juventus caliber.
He's
but
agreeing.
I'm saying
agreeing
if
with
Inter
you.
wins, maybe Juventus wins this game.
Exactly.
For some
I
reason,
completely agree with
let me
that.
tell you something.
I completely agree with that.
For some reasons, I think that Marotta is working the phone.
No, Anto.
I don't know.
You have crazy conspiracy theories.
By the way, wait, real quick. We made you an Instagram account.
Oh,
you have your own Instagram account.
I don't have Instagram.
Specifically for you.
We're running it. It's at IFTV Antonio. People are loving it. I think you have like 700, 800 followers. Where we're just posting the stuff that you send
It's
us.
his best moments of you being a genius.
Because everybody's is going crazy for it. So you got your own page because everybody needed
Which
it.
means that whatever I say
goes.
Whatever you send there, we're
guys.
we're
When
posting.
I'm right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
I don't know if that's actually a fact. But let's continue.
Let's go to Inter's game, since it's the one that they just capitalized, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They ended up.
Stupid loser of Conte, an imbecile like that, is capitalizing on a Juventus sleep on Napoli.
Conte's much more of a winner than Sarri
No,
is.
he's not a winner. The guy's.
How's he not a winner?
We have young kids over here. Otherwise, I would have said something very bad about him. And, since we brought the young kids, we're going to get the Inter kid over here, right here. Come over here.
Frankie,
Come on,
Frankie boy.
Come on, Frankie.
Okay, this Frankie here is next to Peter. Yeah, right. It's a big Inter fan. Sit next to Peter. Sit on his leg. Oh, there you go.
Whatever, he's good.
Okay, Frankie, why do you like Inter, first of all?
I've always liked their team ever since like 2017.
Is that because your father was an Inter fan?
No, that's the complete opposite.
Frankie, you're a smart guy.
No, Frankie, don't be too friendly with this guy because this guy next week might like another team. His nickname is Flipper. He flips like you go to McDonald's, they flip burgers. That's what he does.
I prefer Serie A balancer.
So, Frankie, you think you're going to win the championship this year?
I think we have a good chance.
You got to, how good, like say from 1 to 10? Tell me. What?
9.
Oh, no, you're on
Confident.
fire.
I like it.
No,
I like
say
it.
6 or 7, I would like you more. But then, 9 chances is very good.
That's very
that is
high.
very
What
high.
do you think Inter is going to win?
I think Inter is probably going to win the league this year.
Oh, wow. He's a
Is
confident.
that because
agree.
of Conte or because of some of the players that he has?
I think with maybe Ericsson coming into the club on pre-contract, we might do really well.
Man,
I
he
like
speaks
this
good.
kid. I like
Oh
this
my
kid. Kick you
God.
out.
He's
boy.
This guy is going to kick me out.
Yeah, can we replace Antonio and Frank? Just
Let me ask him a question.
Go ahead.
What went wrong today? What do you think went wrong today?
I think we started off the game pretty well, and right toward the end, we kind of relaxed too much, and we stopped completely. And then with Lautaro Martinez getting sent off right at the end, it wasn't great.
Bad day.
Lautaro drinks too many espressos. Just one espresso before the game. That's it. The guy's getting not a triple espresso. He gets a quadruple espresso before he gets into the game.
He's a bull.
to get the Inter to the next level, what do you think? What do you need?
I think we definitely need
Donnarumma. You need Donnarumma, right?
No.
We might need a new keeper soon.
Oh, okay.
And,
You hear that?
Because Andanovic is old.
Wait.
Yeah.
Before you go ahead.
Let him answer the question.
Answer the question. Then I have a question for you. Go ahead.
I think Handanovic is starting to get up there in age.
Okay, but he's good. Right now, he's
He's
good.
good.
What
He's
do you
very
need
good.
this year to get to the next level?
Probably this year, I think we need to bump up our midfield and get it to the next level.
That's a good answer.
Excellent.
It's true.
Smart kid.
He knows soccer.
Yeah, he knows.
Soccer.
What's your question, Anto?
No, this is my
Finish
question.
with your question. Let's see.
Who's better, Donnarumma or Andanovic?
I think if we're talking age and potential, Donnarumma for sure.
There you go. From an Inter fan. There you go.
Well,
There you go.
Handanovic is 20 years older than him.
Yeah, the question now was not for you. Okay. All right,
So let me.
Go ahead.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So no, I agree with you about the midfield, and I think today, when I watched the game and I saw that there were in the middle there was a problem, especially defensively. I mean, you had the Boca Valero in the center, and then you had Sensi, which Sensi is a good player.
Yeah.
But when you play the 3-5-2. And he comes that 3 is part of the 3 that has to defend. He was a little bit slower defending coming back. And I think that was a problem. In fact, that's why at one point I think he went out of the game. But he was suffering. That's why Conte keeps saying, "Hey, I want somebody in the middle," and he wanted
Ericsson. By the time this episode's out, he's in Milano doing his medical.
Oh yeah.
Frankie, do you like more Barella or you like more Sensi, or both of them at the same time? What do you think is the better midfielder? Because both of them they play for the Italian national team. Who do you like better?
I think Barella.
Barella. Yeah. I like Barella too. So the guy's got good taste. I gotta tell you. Good taste. Hey, unfortunately, he's an Inter fan. Hey, Frankie, how about we do this? I'll give you $100 right in front of everybody.
$100 is nothing.
And you becoming an AC Milan fan, and I'm buying you an AC Milan uniform. Is
that years of misery? Years of misery is attached.
Don't do it, Frankie.
Oh yeah, Frankie. Yes. That was good.
Good job.
He killed it. Frankie, you're the man.
You asked for it.
Yeah, you did ask for it.
Yeah, you need more money.
Hey, by the way, next to Frankie today, we have his older brother, and his name is Angelo. Angelo is an AC Milan.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He
didn't say that.
He didn't say an AC Milan hater.
Okay, that's not.
Well, which is a good start. It's a Fiorentina's fan. Come here, Angelo. Come here. All right. Oh, we got Angelo here.
You can go over here. Next one, Antonio.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit over here. Okay.
But
careful next to that guy.
what's his team?
It's Fiorentina.
No.
Angelo, you gotta know something. That the coach of Fiorentina is our friend. His name is Commisso.
The owner.
He's the owner. I'm sorry, the owner. Yes, the owner. And the vice president or the president, whatever, is Joe Barone. Is our friend too. So
Get him closer.
So Joe, we got one of the Fiorentina's fan over here live on IFTV. And one thing that I want you to know, Joe, the guy likes AC Milan, but I mean, he doesn't.
Stop putting words in his mouth.
He doesn't hate AC Milan. So
what happened to them when we played them last time?
I love their character.
I was getting roasted.
Angelo, what do you think is your chance to make the Europa League this year? Stay closer to the mic.
This year is like a really rebuild season, so I
Relegation.
No, I don't think so. I think we could finish like maybe top 10, top 12.
No, that's.
But I think next year we gotta go for Europa League for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
No, that's all right. I think that's right.
That's
true.
Which change would you get to the team?
What else do they need?
Would you keep Chiesa?
Listen, his performances recently have been great, but we also have to. If I'm Commisso and the coach right now and Joe Barone, I would definitely have a meeting with Chiesa and definitely discuss his future for sure.
But would you keep him, or would you just trade him for something comparable?
I would keep him because he's one of the best great young talents in Italy right now for sure.
Agree with
That's
him.
fair. Who do you think? What do you think Fiorentina needs? I know you said they're rebuilding year, but next year, is there a player that you're thinking that you got in mind?
I think definitely we need a new center back because Caceres, he's getting old. He's not getting young, and same with Pizzella. But Milenkovic too, he's been great for us this season.
He's so good.
What about the goalkeeper that you
Dragowski.
He saved that penalty too.
He did good yesterday. I gotta say, he really saved us a lot recently.
Amazing match. Yeah.
Hey, what about Castrovilli? You like him?
Be careful with this one over here.
You don't like him?
I love Castro.
Okay, where is Castrovilli from, Angelo? I'll give you a hint. No, where is Castrovilli? Where is he from?
Bari.
There you go. And you know who comes from Bari? The best champion. I'm going to give you another hint. He played for Inter and he played for AC Milan, for Real Madrid, for Sampdoria.
Not for Fiorentina.
Not for Fiorentina yet. I mean, not anymore. Who's this player here? that he was one of the best in the world, and he played for the Italian national team too. It begins with a C. Who, say it. Who is this player?
Cassano.
Thank you.
Anto, you're brainwashing all
Guys,
these kids. What are you doing?
I feel
over
bad
there?
that we let Angelo sit next to Antonio. I think we made a really big mistake
Because of
over
that,
there.
You're gonna get to wear the jersey.
You're gonna get to wear, or you're gonna be forced to wear. which one is it?
Is that a prize or punishment?
He's not going to wear an Inter shirt.
So, hey guys, for any listener that is looking at the podcast, this is a platform that invites everybody, regardless of of religion, age, sex, anything. Anybody's welcome over here. Depressed, happy, rich, poor.
As long as you're not a Cassano fan, you're welcome.
As long as you love Cassano, you're always welcome over here. Number one.
I was gonna say.
Those kids are passionate about soccer, even though their age is not what say they at that age. They know everything. They know everything. So we don't take anybody from granted over here, and we like the input of those kids. Hey,
you guys are the best.
Let you go. Is there anything that you want us to do better over here, or you can give us a suggestion?
Stop talking about Cassano all the time.
Should we kick Antonio off the podcast?
Oh, please. What do you want us to do more?
No, I think if we should keep Antonio because it keeps the episodes interesting. When you're fighting between each other.
Are you sure? Frank, are you sure?
For the most part, yes.
Guys, can we slip him 100 to say something else? He might.
What do you think, Angelo? What do you think? What do you think we can change or we can do better? What do you think? Talk about Fiorentina a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And then
maybe bring in like more kids that are passionate about Italian soccer.
I like those answers.
We will. This was a very happy episode. We're very happy with the kids. Number one, those kids are not kids in terms of you just in terms of the age of the kids, but in terms of knowledge, you guys are better than other people that I'm not going to make the name.
You guys,
You're not going to mention anyone. Not going to mention anyone.
I have a feeling that you guys are probably better players than some of the guys over here.
100%.
That's for sure. We just did a challenge.
You play on a team on any team?
I play on 4 different teams.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What position you play?
I play center mid.
Center mid. How about you, Angelo?
I play forward. Or I could play wing back.
Good.
Nice.
Wing back, nice.
So we got a challenge coming.
He's good for Conte then.
Oh, yeah. No. Forget about Conte.
So, guys, let me ask you real quick. We did a challenge that is going to be posted on YouTube soon. We went to a field and we tested our skills to see who's actually the best player, Just out of curiosity, if you had to say one person over here, who do you think was the worst one? Who do you think lost the challenge? I'm not gonna reveal. Don't reveal who lost, because otherwise we're gonna spoil the video. My eyes are just going in your direction.
I thought everybody wanted to play soccer.
So that's why we all didn't make it. All right, but who would you guess? We'll tell you afterwards who's right and who's wrong. But who do you think?
Yeah. Just because your smirk.
We're not gonna reveal it now, but we'll tell you later.
Angelo?
Thinking.
Right?
Oh my God.
It's not Peter.
It's not Paisan, that's why. Peter, how much money did you give the kids?
They walked in at the same time together, A little oma. Your guess? Anybody?
Don't worry.
Maybe Mike.
Mike, there we go. Okay.
We're not revealing
We
anything.
won't reveal anything, but let's say you're not.
Until then, thank you very much for
Yes.
coming. You're gonna stay over here for the rest of the podcast. Please stay here, okay? Okay. So then we
Angelo,
can call you for,
Frankie?
any additional questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
right.
Guys, thank you so much.
Guys, thanks for
dude.
joining.
That was
Thank
funny.
you guys.
Awesome.
Antonio, you like to brainwash. You like to brainwash with money, with the, you're going.
Frankie, I might have a deal later. You never know. We'll see. I'll take a picture of him when he's going to wear the AC Milan shirt.
I don't think you got a chance with Frankie.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
Frankie, you'll see it. I'll manipulate him.
So you admit that is manipulation. But anyway, just to finish off with Inter, what happened afterwards was crazy with Conte, with Lautaro. I was almost in shock by what was happening. Ranocchio was spitting towards the referee.
Ranocchio was spitting.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was bad. It was bad. What do you think about the whole situation, Pete?
Oh, listen. Right now, Inter, they're not in the right place. A lot of tension. You see it. We had Ashley Young. We had Moses now coming in, Eriksson. So these are much needed players coming in for the long haul. In the meantime, in the past 7 games,
Young is long haul.
meaning this season,
Okay.
not necessarily right now, but I'm saying in the length of the season. I think he's a good enough player for Conte's system. He got the assist today. He's talented enough to be better than D'Ambrosio, and as much of a workhorse to run up and down.
He was good. He was very involved.
Yeah, he did well. That being said, too much tension right now. You see like one the 1-0, and then being able to just sit back.
Yeah.
We missed a lot of chances. Lautaro had a chance right in front.
Lukaku had a
chance.
Beautiful chance.
How about when
Sensi.
Cranio kicks the ball out and hits right in Lukaku? Lautaro. Sensi had a chance. So
A lot of chances.
They're missing a chance. Not like the chances are not coming. They're not playing poorly. They're just not playing up to what we saw this season.
They still seem a little tired.
I
see heavy legs.
The thing is, the
I'll tell you,
midfield, we have no subs. In the end, right? Sensi wasn't having a good game, but I think Conte was hesitant to put on anybody in because we don't have anyone. You're gonna put Gagliardini, your quality is gonna go down.
Gagliardini, you got Sanchez, you got all of those.
Sanchez
players.
not a
Sanchez went in.
midfielder. He
Sanchez
went in
went
and in the end, and the
But
sense
he's
where we
another
have to
one.
get
Pete, the
score,
thing
but-
that pops up as a question for me is, could Inter like close these games? There's so many points that were they were up 1-0, but that one goal wasn't enough, and they had multiple chances to close the game 2-3-0. Other than that happened to Fiorentina, a few other games that aren't come to my mind.
Well, Atalanta, Fiorentina.
So many that they could have closed off, but they didn't, and they dropped so many points for that. I don't know whether it's like Marco was saying, it could be fatigue.
They look fatigued.
But
I see a January fatigue.
frustration,
Listen.
or they're behind Juve. They wanna, force the result.
I think there's a lot of pressure on this Inter right now because
100%.
they're the anti-Juve.
Exactly.
As there should be.
That being said, it's 3 points. I mean,
Yeah,
yes,
of
it could have been
course.
worse. It could have been 6 points
Could've been,
today,
yeah.
but they're there. So they have to be able to. Conte has to really be able to relax these guys. You saw him even on the touchline.
Too tense.
He was about to kick the ball like he did in
Yeah.
the Euros.
When
you know what I'm
Biraghi,
saying?
yeah.
With Biraghi, we missed the ball. So
miscontrolled him, yeah.
he's able to get the intensity of the players, but he also needs to be able to give them a sense of calming when the
Tranquility,
game when the game gets rough. The 1-0 lead doesn't work anymore
It really
because
doesn't.
one little deflected goal.
It's in.
Grande
ties the
Nainggolan.
game.
I love that Nainggolan
was,
got
you
his.
know.
Nainggolan said, "I
And
wanted to get my
Cagliari
revenge
also
against
Cagliari
Inter."
played a great
Yeah,
game.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
kept
They
possession.
did.
They played a great game.
They were tough.
Who's putting all this pressure on Inter? Because
Themselves.
Today he ran away, didn't even go to the press conference, and then during the week we're not Real Madrid. We don't want to buy everybody. I mean, why is he listening? Who are these people? Is this the press? Is this Inter fans that are saying this, or they are other people?
He's saying the press for that.
Well, for the press for sure when it deals with like when he said about the Real Madrid, because in the end, we're buying players, yes, but they're not the world class players.
quality.
Ericsson, yes.
Eriksson is
Ericsson, yes.
world-class.
But
Ashley
Moses,
Young,
Ashley Young, those
Yeah.
are
Okay,
players that you
But what
put
are
in.
other
Come
teams
on.
buying?
No, but what I'm trying
He
to say
shouldn't
is
say. I don't like the way that he says that.
Yeah,
This kind of stuff.
yeah,
It's so
why-
degrading.
That's
It's
the
so
press when they
degrading.
make
Why
it- no,
does
but
he
press makes it seem.
let them
Yeah,
get to his head?
Just to answer, let me just answer
Conte
the
needs
second
to be on
part.
medication.
Let me answer the second part because
Peter's in a corner and he's just like fighting everybody
well,
else.
let me talk. The fans
Yeah, you want
have a lot to
medication.
do with it. The fans, if you see, whenever Inter plays poorly, they're right away ready to whistle.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, this has been the
70,000.
best Inter for the past 5-6 years.
Ready to jump
10
on their
though, but
throats.
5-6
5,
years.
6 years?
Yeah, well, I mean, even when after 2010, we,
Okay.
with
I won't
Leonardo,
argue.
we had
Okay.
chance. So, this team, you have to support them
Regardless.
90 minutes. If
Even
you're
when they
losing,
stink.
winning. Yeah,
Even
you
when
have to
they
support them.
stink.
That's what's great about the English culture, right? You see the fans
always
always,
fervent, yeah.
the Italian fans and
This is
Inter
not
fans, more
England.
importantly.
This is not England
Yeah, but I'm
over
saying
here.
the thing is the Inter fans, their expectations right now are so high because you see all these acquisitions, you see all this stuff, and you're like, this is our chance. This is our chance.
It's a marathon. It takes time.
Let me tell you something. Somebody sent me this thing here. the
Ah,
other
get
day.
out of here.
Okay? Frankie, come over here. I'm going to show it to you. You're an Inter fan. Okay? In Italian, this says, cose che spariscono dopo Natale. It means the things that they disappear after Christmas. One thing is the Pandoro, which is this the Italian make bread, right?
Anto, we'll pop it up on the
pop
screen.
it.
Don't worry. Yeah, we'll pop it up on the screen.
Okay, one thing is the Pandoro. Another thing is the panettone, which is the Italian bread that, for the Christmas with raisins and all that stuff. Another thing is the Christmas tree. And guess what's the fourth item? It's Inter Milan. So,
But guess
you
what? We're
guys
still
play
there.
all the time. You first place on Christmas before until Christmas, and then totally disappear to the second half of the season.
So let me jump in real quick.
What?
So they
no, wait. First, why is it like that? What do you think, Frankie?
Coming from a Milan fan. It's not the best thing.
He's messing around, huh?
There we go.
I mean,
Good response.
where's your Champions League or Europa League?
Oh, wait. You asked the question. Frankie, you know how many Champions League we have, Frankie? We got 7. How many you have? How many?
3.
3.
2. He said 2. 1
3.
was stolen. One
Yeah,
was
stolen. Yeah.
Okay. By the time you're going to be 95 or 105, you're going to see 7 Champions League. You might not ever see it because you
At least we'll tie with Milan because Milan's not going to win another Champions League.
Let me ask you, Antonio. So if Inter disappeared after Christmas and they're only 3 points, what happens when they appear?
They're
They're going to run away with the title.
It's going to be too late. Too late. Too little, too late. That's what Inter Milan is.
Leave Frankie alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. You messed with him enough today.
But me calling Frankie is because I wanted to just open his head. Maybe he's going to change his mind. He's going to wear one of those.
There's no chance. You got no chance.
How much you want to bet?
Whatever.
Okay. All right, Frankie, go back. We're going to get you another question soon.
I think that also from Lautaro, I thought you're very tense in these moments. Obviously, Inter was at the end of the game. They know that they just I'm not going to say threw away, but they didn't pick up 3 points. So obviously there's frustration. There's ways to deal with it. We don't know exactly what he said. Yeah. He might. They're saying that he might be disqualified for the game against Milan.
Oh, that would be nice.
Since it was a verbal.
It could be 3 games.
It could be 2 games. They were saying. They were saying before that it could be 2 games. So we'll see about that. But it's going to be interesting to see how Inter can cope with that. We know that they're getting Giroud real soon. Ericsson is already there.
Days,
so we'll see how they'll be able to put the pieces together. But again, today
we can give you Mbappe. We can give you who else?
Come on, Mbappe and Giroud are 2 different worlds.
You just ask for any player, we'll give it to you.
Anyway,
we'll give it to you.
I don't like Conte's comments about that, but anyway, I think that Inter, in regards to the pressure, they're putting the pressure on themselves because you're starting to compete, and you need to accept the pressure. You can't hide away from pressure. You are expected to go and challenge for a title. You're signing players. I know he says people think that we're signing Real Madrid players, but you're not signing bad players, and you already have a team that's 3 points away. So to disregard some of the guys that you got, and I know it's these mental games that he likes to play.
It's to deflect also.
But you should always defend your players, in my opinion, especially in the media. You should put the burden on yourself and say, I need to do better, instead of my players need to be better. But either way.
Let me just ask your father, because he's not an Inter fan, but he's not even an Inter hater. But Gaetano, let me ask you something. At the end of the game, I see this Conte and all the bench, surrounding the referees with all of this anger. What did he do? He didn't do anything. He didn't take anything away. Lautaro
he took
red card.
He took Lautaro.
What's his own making?
But Lautaro was arguing over a foul.
He
It
was
wasn't a foul.
arguing.
It wasn't a foul.
But he gave the yellow for arguing, and then he
And
gave
then
it
the
on
red
red.
for dissent,
But
right?
because of that, you're supposed to step back.
But it's
it.
tense.
You have
it's
to
tense
understand
moment.
the time.
Anyone,
the moment.
He thought it was excessive. I think that's what they thought at the end of the game, and they was.
I think Lautaro will
a
admit
red card.
He took a ball, he kicked it, he punched the wall.
Foul. It wasn't. I don't think. But I don't think it was even a foul.
No,
No, it wasn't a foul.
It wasn't a foul. So
Gaetano, you're the coach.
why did the first yellow card was because
He must have said something.
Dissent.
Yeah.
And then it looked like he charged at him again, and then he pulled out. Either way, we don't know what happened.
If you're the coach, what do you do in a situation like that? You're Conte, right? If you're Conte, what do you tell a
Conte is exactly like Lautaro. Conte would have ran on and done the same thing.
That's why I'm asking the question. The problem is that Conte is another one that needs to be kept, on a straight jacket. Conte is always jumping up and down. What are you doing?
Yeah, but
Let's move
that's his
on. We're not going to
style.
get anywhere. We're
That's
not
his
going to get
style.
anywhere.
What are you talking about?
It's already understood. It's already understood. Let's
This
move
guy,
on.
it's not an Inter-caliber coach. You guys are paying $11 million.
Anto, the 3 points away
Listen
from
to me.
Juve.
For $11 million, I can get you 10 coaches much better than Conte. Okay?
get one from Milan. What about
Roma Lazio, the Derby della Capitale, 1-1. Both decided on goalkeeping errors. Can we fairly say that?
nerves in that game, right?
I mean, the first mistake from Strakosha, who came out, and Dzeko did really good by putting his head in there, and Cristante gave a beautiful pass too. I loved it. And then Roma, not to take anything away from Lazio, I think Roma played a much better game. I think that was fully Roma's control.
They probably deserved it.
But in my opinion, Roma gave the game away with that Paul Lopez, who made an error that was, schoolboy, to say the least. The idea to punch it up
over the net.
when usually you swat it back, you swat it away for a corner kick, was very questionable.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, the ball was almost out of bounds. I think even if he didn't touch it, it would have gone out of bounds. So he just had to go like
Looked
this.
like he was playing volleyball or something.
Yeah, and then he
just popped
Well,
it
what are
back
you
up.
doing? There's 20 people inside the area, and you put it back up.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was, but like you said, I think that that Roma played
really well.
Well, they had more shots on goal. They were organized. The possession of the ball. The only thing with Roma is I feel like Dzeko is the only one and Pellegrini maybe they can put the ball in. Instead of Lazio, they have a lot more. Even though today Immobile he disappeared. I don't understand this guy. When it's a big game, this guy disappears. But they have more of people that can score. I think they can score with the forwards,
Correa,
and also
Milinkovic.
they can score with the midfielders. I mean, they got very, very good midfielders. Even though Luis Alberto was pretty upset that he was taken out today, but between Luis Alberto, Correa, Immobile,
Saicedo.
They
have a lot of players.
Yeah, they have a good team.
And
But
let's not forget that Roma was missing one of his best players.
Zaniolo, yeah.
Zaniolo, with Zaniolo on the
Diawara,
field.
too.
Diawara.
They were missing significant amount, but Roma played great.
yeah, no, I said I thought Roma played better than Lazio.
I think it was just
today.
Lazio's defense. I mean, Acerbi was phenomenal. I mean, not talking about the goal, but defensively. I mean,
Acerbi
Acerbi was the
always
only
plays good.
one that I felt like was really on for Lazio.
But yeah, I
the
agree
rest
with
of them
you
were kind of
guys.
going through the motions. And
Roma
Lulic.
probably deserved the points, but Lazio looked like they were scared to. They're commit all the way. They're on a 11-game winning streak in the Serie A, and it looked like for the Derby della Capitale that form goes out the window completely. You know, it doesn't matter if you lost 100 games or you won 100 games. In that moment, it's whatever it is. You play for the city. You know, you play 100%.
I knew it was going to be a tie. I feel like these games, they often
it
lead
was
to
very
ties
gritty
because they're
for-
very scared to go
It
for
was
it.
1-1 on the first game too.
Yeah, I know.
The first leg, yeah.
The first
I feel
leg.
like a lot of them, if you look back, they probably have a lot of 1-1s. But I agree with you, and I think the Roma, I mean, Cengiz did really well, but Kluivert, there are some plays, like I understand what you mean, that they're able to score easier, a lot too, even though that they didn't play better, it still feels like that they could score much easier. So I think for Roma, they'll probably be disappointed. And on the one that Paul Lopez, I think sometimes I watch these players, and they try so hard to not give up a corner kick. They're so terrified to give up a corner kick that they create more problems by trying to beg to not get a corner kick. Sometimes, listen, just accept that it's a corner
That was
kick.
a 1 in a million thing, though. You don't
No,
understand.
I've seen a lot of times,
Like,
a lot
that
of
was
these
a freak
players in the
accident.
back that they're so scared to give up a corner that
I
they
get
end
what
up
you're
creating
saying.
more
Yeah.
problems. So for Lazio, you came off a great streak. I don't think
I
you
mean,
can
they're
be
still 15
disappointed.
games unbeaten, which is incredible.
And they still have a game in hand. So
And they still have a game in
No, it was a freak
Freak
accident in the
pretty
sense
much.
of I don't know what he was thinking, but Roma Lazio, like you said, this is a game that per se, partita
Well,
per
doesn't
se,
matter.
it doesn't matter because in the end, something always crazy happens, and there's a sense of magic, I guess. And
can we
But you
speak
know what?
about?
I
what?
sense before we end, I just sense a little panic into the Inter. It's some sort of anxiety that is going on.
You say
talking-
Inter?
We're talking
Talking about Roma Lazio.
Okay, Roma Lazio, but wait, this is something that we didn't finish to say about Inter
Okay.
because I want to
Okay,
just
go
make
Okay.
my friend Peter happy.
Okay.
Because now you're getting Eriksen. Maybe some of this anxiety that you guys have on the midfield. Actually, you don't have the midfield. You don't have this. You don't have. You have two of the best midfielders of the Italian national team, not of Italy, which is a lot.
It is a lot.
okay,
And you have players that, I mean, except for Brozovic that was out today, and you have this bald guy. Why do you keep bringing Borca Valera inside? What is this
bald guy.
You see both?
Borja. Yeah,
No, he's
Borja.
a bald guy.
Yeah,
Bolt
but I'm
and
saying,
Borca.
Oh, okay.
So,
Understand
why do
now.
you guys keep using this guy when you have 20
what
20
do we
better
have?
players than him?
What do you mean 20 better
Gagliardini's
players?
not that.
All right, guys, why do you guys keep falling for the trap? I expect more from both of you. You're right. You're completely right.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I agree with you. Before we go on to more magic, because there's a lot, we actually have a sponsor for today's episode.
That's right.
We're working with Skrill, who's a payment platform that's really supporting IFTV. They love what we do. Everyone who watches IFTV knows we've never really done many brand deals and any sponsorships, but these guys are really legit, and they did work with Del Piero, and it's really cool. We're going to pop the video in here. So what they did is they went around Los Angeles, because you know Del Piero, he has a restaurant now and other businesses. They surprised Juventus fans with Del Piero as a driver. and they just randomly opened the car, and then he surprised them as like, you know.
So like a new Uber driver, you go in, you don't expect it's Del Piero, you see him, and they surprise a huge Del Piero
I can
fan.
become a Uber driver too, Mike.
Yeah, your name is not Del Piero.
Yeah, I don't think people will be as excited to get Antonio as they are Del Piero.
Cassano, though, right?
Especially Frankie would not be excited to see your driver.
We'll see Frankie by the end of the episode.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
It's gonna be an easy
We're gonna pop one of the videos in right now.
Moved here with my family, pursuit of a better life. I was 18 years old. I'm originally from Azerbaijan. You're mesmerized by the palm trees and the sunshine and the beach, and you know, LA is a beautiful place.
I think we got some people to pick up.
Yep.
They don't know you're coming. Let's see how they react. Hello, hop on in.
Oh my God! Alan, how you doing?
I do often send money back home. You gotta help the family out. Not as everybody's fortunate as we are, so you gotta help out your friends and family.
How are you? Is this real? You ready, guys? With you at the wheel? Anywhere, take us anywhere.
The child in me is still can't believe what just happened. Unbelievable. I'm gonna think about it for the rest of my life. It's something that you hold on to, and I'm trying to soak up every minute of it. My wedding, birth of 2 of my kids, and this day. This pretty much sums it up.
But go check Skrill out. There's links in the description.
How do you spell that, Marco?
Skrill. There's a logo on the screen right now with that. It's at the bottom. It's at the top. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
There's a nice link in the description where you could read more about it. And definitely download Skrill. It's a great payment platform. Awesome. Anyway, let's continue on to Magic. Right? You spoke about Magic, guys. Atalanta 7-0.
Black Magic.
That's more than
7.
I think it's black.
7-0.
It would be interesting to know when was the last home team that lost 7-0.
Yeah.
Do we have to go back?
A couple decades, right?
I don't remember.
Home team 7 goals. I don't know.
I mean, it would be since the start of the Serie A. It would be nice to find out.
That's a good stat to look up. But guys, this team is they're ruthless. They're absolutely ruthless. It's not the first time that they've won. I mean, they beat Parma 5-0. They beat Milan 5-0. They beat Udinese 7-1. And now another 7-0. It's not a fluke. They are the team with the most goals scored in Italy.
Guess who's the coach?
Guys, 1 second. One last thing. They are the second highest goal scoring team in Europe after Manchester City. When you consider how many millions everybody spends and the value that they spend, second most goals scored in Europe. Wow. And with Zapata, one of their key players that was out for 2 months, 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah.
This team is beautiful to watch. Torino were a disaster.
With a coach that has been rejected from Inter Milan. Okay, Frankie,
it's his birthday
you don't
today.
Know that.
It's his birthday today.
Gasparini?
Yeah.
Hey, Frankie, by the way, the coach of Atalanta, it was a coach that was, grabbed by Inter Milan and after 3 weeks was let go. Because Inter Milan, they thought that it was not good enough to coach them because they thought they were so
Stop
much
bringing
better.
Inter back. Stop bringing Inter back.
So,
wish him happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
Gasparini.
Gasparini. Oh, Gasparini, happy birthday. We hope to have you as a coach. Okay? We'll
AC
take
Milan.
you. We will take you.
And
Okay? And we're not going to throw you away.
You want him in the podcast? Is that what you're saying?
With both. You were invited at the podcast too, Gasparini.
With the Rune.
Huh?
With the Rune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, by the way.
Both of you.
For anyone that you guys you don't know, Derune's wife, which is Ricarda, she sent us the signed jersey that is behind Markov there with all the Atalanta's player, including the top. I mean the roster, the entire roster signed the jersey, and we treasure that jersey. We always have it over there, and we thank you, Ricarda, for following us. She's another big time followers, like those kids and the parents. So
we got a good jersey too. I mean, you got a special team. This is a special team.
That's a historic.
Well, this
team.
is historic.
First time in
the first time
Champions
they made
League.
the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's their first Champions League jersey in their club
I
system.
mean,
And they got out of the group.
What's crazy to this is like Muriel, a guy like Muriel comes on off the bench, bags a brace, scores a penalty in, I want to say 60 seconds, maybe a little bit more. He gets a second goal, and I mean they're deadly. It reminds me, remember when Germany, what they did to Brazil where they're just a machine. They're like, we don't care. You know. Some people say, oh, after 4-0, you're not supposed to keep going. No, they're there to do their job, to play beautiful football, to keep going. Even Papu Gomez, he was still dribbling. He tried to dribble one of the Torino players, then the guy knocked him down.
Marco, and after the game, the reporter asked Mazzari, what happened, Torino's coach. What did he say?
Take a guess of what he said.
You know
what went wrong?
I don't care. You know why? I'll tell you
Everything
why.
is what
Because
he
AC
said.
Milan is going to be playing Torino on Tuesday, and we need them down. Okay? We need them down. Those guys, they won against us without deserving.
Yeah, but now-
on the first game, and we want them to lose. Even
They want
20 to
revenge now,
nothing.
right?
I wouldn't care less.
They're gonna take it out. They're gonna take it out on AC Milan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Watch out.
Okay.
You better watch out.
But yeah, for Torino, I feel bad.
Because I just want to add, Atalanta were knocked out of the Coppa Italia by Spal. So they took their anger
Nah, they're a
out.
disaster.
What?
They're a
Who
disaster.
are you talking about?
Torino.
Oh, no, I'm talking about...
Yeah, I know, but
now they took their anger out. 7 goals on poor little Torino. So
no, but this is a team that they don't care.
Yeah, I know,
There's
exactly.
no emotion to it.
Exactly.
It's we're going out there to play. Whoever's in front of us, hey, sucks for you.
Ilicic hat-trick. He scored a goal from Hatfield.
Man, Ilicic is a player.
That guy's definition of class.
So you're Milan. You won 1-0 against Brescia.
Oh, finally, we're talking about Milan. Instead of be talking about Milan like one of the best team or the first team.
We
now,
did the worst for
Milan,
first.
oh.
We did Juventus the worst for first, the best for last.
The best for last.
The best.
Yeah,
For last.
The best.
The best for last. Yeah. You know the song? You know the song?
You
What's
know,
the song? Best for
I'll tell you.
last?
I'll tell you what about your AC Milan.
Oh.
You got
Uh-oh.
2.5 players. That's all you got.
Who are they? Who are they?
That's all you got.
What do we have?
Because I watched the game and everybody was so bad.
After all the nice things that I said about Milan,
They are so bad.
I take it
You
back, guys.
you know what you got?
Wow.
You got Theo,
Yeah.
which is very good player.
yeah, he's phenomenal.
Okay. You got Donnarumma,
Which is the best goalkeeper of the world, by the way.
which is a good goalkeeper.
Very good.
And then you know what else you got?
Zlatan?
Nothing.
And what about the ass?
Zlatan.
Maybe that may be half. I give you another half.
couple guys add up to half.
Yeah, a couple of guys. Okay, maybe if you put a few
Chalhano
players
Lou.
together.
The right leg of Zlatan.
Who?
Guys,
Is this guy a player?
Listen, guys,
Is
all
this-
our
is
audience,
it-
you see those guys are all AC Milan haters.
Nobody's
That's why I
No,
like them.
no. What are you talking about?
on us.
What are
He's
you
trying to hate
talking
on
about? I used to, when Gullit was there, Rijkaard and Baresi, and Van Basten was there,
Costa Curta,
Donadon.
and,
What do you think? I was, especially in Europe, that was my team in Europe.
Milanista,
So what are you
but
talking
guess
about?
what?
But you have to face the reality.
Guess what?
You don't have. I mean, when you're talking about these players, to me, this guy from Spain,
Castillejo.
Castillejo. Who's Castillejo?
Suso, too.
Nothing. Sousa's on the bench. Giannagloglu is. I don't know. I don't see that. Those are not AC Milan players.
Agreed.
Okay.
Listen, those are the cards we've been dealt, and that's what we're doing.
Those
We're
are the
playing
cards you
best
bought,
way.
like Paquetá.
This is what we do
You
right now.
bought
when AC
Paquetá and
Milan-
Piontek. Don't say you were
First of
dealt
all-
them.
First of all,
Don't say you were dealt
listen
them. You
to
guys
me.
bought
spent like
them.
80 million.
Listen to me. You
It was 90 million for
Hey.
Piontek and Paquetá.
Listen, for all of you haters, I'm gonna tell you.
Nobody's a
what's going on.
hater.
I'm gonna tell you
We
what's
don't
going
hate.
on.
We don't hate AC Milan.
If AC Milan or if Inter Milan can wrap a game or can scrap a game and win very poorly 1-0, you guys do the same thing. You guys do the same thing.
I'm a Milan fan.
AC Milan finally, by not playing the greatest soccer, is getting 3 points. And you know what? We're not guilty. We don't feel guilty. You know what? Keep winning like that. We're getting closer to the Champions League. We're definitely going to be on Europe.
I was
League.
going to compliment
In Europa.
Milan.
Oh, you were. Oh, thank you.
I was about to
B.
compliment
Thank
them.
you.
Okay.
I was about to say, finally, you have a 1-0 win.
In,
you know,
Okay.
and be able to secure that defense. Yes, this is what I was talking about. You cannot go from where you guys were last year to then all of a sudden playing a nice style of football. You need to have that middle ground. You have to be able to settle down.
If you let us talk, we say nice
I'm
stuff.
not
You're
saying
just
anything
a
about-
For the
conclusion.
first time, I see Peter complimenting an AC Milan.
That's what I said.
I'm an AC Milan
Let
player.
the rest of us go
And by
around
the
and
end of
then
the
we'll
podcast,
save
I'm
you.
gonna give him an AC Milan shirt too.
but that being said,
That's crazy.
Donnarumma made 3 or 4
Oh my
saves
God.
that
Yeah,
easily
phenomenal.
is
Isn't he
is
the
a
best?
top
Brescia
goalkeeper.
didn't
He was
deserve to
phenomenal.
lose.
He's
And-
the best of the
phenomenal.
world,
He was
not of
phenomenal.
Italy. He's the
And
best
to
of
tell
the
you the truth,
world.
this year alone, and it still has to come, I think Donnarumma has outperformed Meret.
Oh,
Well,
Meret.
yeah,
Meret
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even. Listen, watch Meret today. Watch Meret today. He took the last goal from Cristiano
Everybody
Ronaldo,
was
which was a
texting us
disgrace.
that.
That was an easy save to be made.
Everybody was
Well,
texting us,
how the
yeah.
hell you make Cristiano Ronaldo just come out and just
Oh yeah, how do you let
in?
Cristiano Ronaldo do that?
Yeah.
But anyway, to continue with what he was saying, I think that Rebic, I mean, off the bench, I always like Rebic when I watch him with Croatia, and the spark that he brings once he comes in. I think this is his second game in a row and 3 goals.
Yeah,
all of
3
them,
goals, 2 games.
all of them off the bench. He really brings a great spark. I can't remember who he swapped out for, but I remember thinking that I liked that move from Pioli. I thought Pioli did a good job to understand the situation and to put Rebic in. And Ibra, again, even when he's not involved, he is involved, and I think that you could see how he rubs off on Milan. By what other players are giving.
Did he take
There's-
Rafael Leao?
He took Leao.
Leao. He took
did take
Leao. And don't
yeah.
forget that Ibra put the final touch into the
Yeah.
box over there. Then a couple rebounds.
No, I think
That
it was
from,
a Brescia clearance.
from time to time, AC Milan can be
And
lucky,
listen,
okay?
Theo was very unlucky. He dribbled from half field. He almost scored alla
And he almost
Maradona.
broke, he almost
and he
broke
hit
the crossbar.
He hit the crossbar.
It
That was beautiful.
I wanted him to score because it was too beautiful of a
that
goal
was,
to.
Okay, I want to add into it. I don't want to be hated for this, but Milan did whatever. They got the win. They got the job done. Scrappy 1-0 win.
You're right.
But
I know what
Brescia
you're gonna say.
didn't deserve to lose.
Yeah, they were great.
played
Brescia was
good.
great. They were really good.
Without
And they didn't deserve to
Balotelli.
go out
Without
with 0
Balotelli.
Without
points.
Balotelli.
They had so many.
This guy Torre Grossa,
Torre Gross scored 2 goals last game.
he had
should've
some
scored one
nice
this game.
shots.
He did.
There
He
was
should've
one
scored
that from an angle
Yeah,
it looked
he
like
had
it was
some
in.
nice shots.
Tonali
Tonali was a beast on the
was.
field today.
The guy's a great player.
Well,
But yeah, I
that's why-
agree.
that's what
Give Brescia
happens.
deserved the credit
100%.
because they actually played a lot better than I expected,
Yeah,
and they got a
for
lot of
sure.
chances. And yes, what Peter said, Donnarumma was phenomenal.
Very good.
He has saved Milan on so many occasions, and I still like your Romagnoli. I know you don't like him, but I'm still a big fan of him. What other games did we miss?
Okay,
What other games?
Fiorentina. Let's talk about Fiorentina. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way,
A 0-0 tie.
by
against
the
Genoa.
way, Angelo's making me signs over there. Angelo, do you see something that you want to say?
Here we go.
Come over here. Let's see.
We're talking about Fiorentina.
Yeah, no, Angelo forgot to say something before. Go ahead, Angelo.
We would like to congratulate.
Louder.
We would like to congratulate Joe Barone's son Giuseppe Barone on signing for Perugia in Serie B.
Nice.
Very good, Joe. Congratulations.
Joey Barone, we're all proud of you. Forza Perugia.
So maybe one of these days he can move up to Serie A and then play for his father.
And play for AC Milan.
For Fiorentina.
Tell Joe, if Joey makes it all the way up to the Serie A, we want him on AC Milan.
No, there's no chance of that.
No chance.
So
Very
for those that don't know, Joey Barone, he's a local kid from Brooklyn. He just signed for Perugia. He's a kid that we grew up with. Family, friends, everybody around the community knows him. His father's Joe Barone, who's from Fiorentina. So it's a great moment for everybody over here. Their second division club, Perugia. I think he's 21. Is he 21? 22?
Yeah, I think he's 21.
21 or 22. So we're all rooted for him. So it'll be he just came from the Cosmos. He was on the Cosmos and now he had a trial with Perugia, and that's actually really hard. Coming from here and then trying out for a team like Perugia
That's
to be able to make it is hard.
So many people would
Extremely
try to do
difficult.
That. It's a 1 in a million sort of thing to sign for.
The
Serie B.
newspapers even wrote. I saw a Sky. They put very unlikely that Perugia would take him the day that he went for the trial. That was there. It was in the article. I gotta make sure I screenshot it before they change what they wrote.
That was
Yeah, it was a big accomplishment.
Yeah. Wait, what do you think about Fiorentina this week? Since we got you, 0-0 against Genoa.
Listen, we did good defensively, but attacking wise, we could have scored 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3 goals. It was coming though, but Dragowski really saved us a lot, especially towards the end of the game when he made that big save.
that 1-on-1. Yeah, Dragowski.
That was big for Fiorentina. For
He
sure.
saved them the
I think
point.
since May he's had four penalties against him. He saved 3 of them.
That's right.
The guy's a confident guy. We know it.
Yeah, we met him.
We always said the story that we got with him, but he's a great keeper. He saved them. I agree with you. I agree. What you think about up top with Chiesa? They started Chiesa and Cutrone, and then they ended up putting Vlahovic. What'd you think?
Listen, I really like the attack right now, but also too we have to think for the future as well if Chiesa leaves, because we need to find another young talent in Italy that would play
Another
forward. Yeah, definitely. If Chiesa leaves, for sure, we got maybe bring up someone in the youth system as well. So
Hey, but I mean,
the youth.
if you're able, hold on, if you're able to sell Chiesa, you're gonna be able to maybe make a splash in the
sure.
transfer
Yeah,
market
true.
because
we have like 2 options for
Yeah.
sure. Going out
Angelo,
buying
how do you
someone
like
big.
Cutrone coming? Cutrone was a Milan player. Right? How do you like Cutrone coming and play for Fiorentina? That's a great idea. You like it, right? Yeah. Okay.
I swear, Antonio, you could make any conversation about Milan or Inter. One of them. I swear, anything.
I got a question for Frankie, and then you can go back, Angelo.
Come on, Frankie.
Frankie, and then Frankie, come over here. Oh, wait, I'm gonna make it wear the jersey yet. Frankie,
yet.
If you were like the son of Joe Barone, Angelo, Joe.
Joey.
And AC Milan drafts you, okay? Get closer to the mic. If AC Milan calls you, okay, because they like the way you play, what do you say?
The AC Milan is going to give you.
Don't worry, that's not.
They're going to give you more than $100 that he's giving you.
What do you think?
I tell them to give me more than £1 million a week.
A week. Yo, Peter, sign him up. Give me his agent right now.
Oh my God. We'll take the job.
As long as there's £1 million or more.
All right. Joey,
I would like to say though that
Frank,
Patrick Cutrone is a very good player, very good young player. From what I remember when I played, Angelo remembered too, from our 16 hours a day playing FIFA. That Cutrone
with the video game.
Yeah. He had an amazing potential, and he started off pretty well as well. He was like 75 rated or something, but I'm not going to talk about FIFA because FIFA has no reality to real FIFA, to real soccer.
Are you good at these video games?
Well,
good?
yes. Both me and my brother, we've been in 2 different tournaments.
Oh my God.
Because
I don't want to play you anymore.
Marco can sign you up.
Yeah.
You can play against.
We're doing IFTV esports over here.
Yeah.
We got 2 players right now.
A good tournament.
Yeah, but actually, Michael is really good. He won the last tournament. So I think you guys might have to play.
He's got the trophy over there, FIFA God.
I play with Napoli actually.
Yeah, he plays with Napoli. What team do you play with on FIFA?
Well, it's not in an Italian league,
Oh.
but I am a very, very big Arsenal fan.
Oh, really? Wow, you win with Arsenal? That's an
Against
accomplishment in its own.
Angelo sometimes decides to play with teams such as Manchester United,
Oh.
MLS
The
teams,
tea is being spilled right now.
Fiorentina, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but kind of foolish when you play
I
with those
understand.
teams.
I get what you're saying. Angelo? Please.
Remember the time I scored the goal with what's his name? The goalkeeper from Wales from the halfway line.
Oh my God!
Remember that?
16. Remember when I beat?
From the halfway line.
Remember when?
That is what
If
is
you want
that?
to talk
Case
about old
closed.
FIFA, remember when I beat you with the Columbus crew and you were
Oh
playing
my God!
Listen, now you got to play with Atalanta. The guy scored from midfield.
Oh yeah.
He scored
Josip, baby. Josip
What,
Ilicic.
what a goal.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal.
All right.
These
all
guys
right.
are great.
Anything else?
I think that's. Was
Any
there
questions?
Any other? Yeah, Mike, grab some questions.
Mike, any question real quick?
One last thing to Skrill. They sent us one other video about Del Piero and how he manages money. A lot of these players, now he's starting businesses. He's got his restaurants. He's got other things overseas. He does a lot of stuff with Sky and all this kind of stuff. So he trusts Skrill to manage his money and do all his payments. So there's a video of him talking about it that we're going to insert right here.
So Alessandro, now you live in LA, running various businesses, bit of an entrepreneur. How do you manage everything?
My business is business. I have a lot of commitment in Europe, especially in Italy, obviously, but in the Middle East, in Asia, some here as well, because I have a couple of companies, plus I open restaurants. So yeah, I love to meet new people, new cultures. I transfer money in the safe way, and this is the best thing that you can do. Yeah, it's important. I'm lucky because I earn a lot of money in my life with my sports, with football, and but you still need to be on top on everything and be careful. Especially now, life change. I start from zero.
Yeah.
So I think I know exactly the value of the money. It's always a balance.
Anything else we got to do before any other games that
we're gonna do his rundown like we've been doing.
Oh yeah. What questions you got, Mike? You got any questions?
What's going on
You
here?
got any questions?
Yeah, we got a couple questions.
All right. Hit the
Someone
questions.
said to Antonio, could you ask Anto if he still thinks Napoli will be on top of Milan by the end of the
If Milan will be on top of Napoli.
Okay.
Milan will be on top.
Milan will be. Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
100%,
100,
no doubt.
150%.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
You're answering on their behalf?
Say yes. Just say yes.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
$100 to say yes.
How about that? He's good. He's good.
But you're gonna have to wear the AC Milan shirt.
No.
No, you don't think so? No, AC Milan is gonna be on top. 100%.
Okay, next question from Carlo. He said, Inter's worried about Juve, but shouldn't they be more worried about Lazio? That's a
good question.
All three, I think all three are great teams, and all three are going to go very far until the end. So they all got to worry about each other. I don't think that it's two horse race.
What do you think, P?
No, in the end, Juventus is a team to beat. They're the first place team.
But you can't let anyone else slip.
But if Inter gets second, third, for me, it doesn't matter. I want either the first, second or third. No, what I'm trying to say is, if you can't get first, second, and third. So Lazio, yes, they're having a great season, and they're there. They should, they have a game.
He's a nice guy. He's saying let them have second place.
But what I'm trying to say is first place is what counts. You win first place, that's it. Second and third, fourth, you get Champions League. So,
real quick too, there's another thing. Do you have any more questions?
One more question.
All right, hit it.
Last one. It says, why do you guys think Sarri keeps taking out Dybala? And I know Marco's thinking the same thing because he always gets mad when
because
why do you guys actually
because Sarri is an idiot.
No, honestly, what do you think? Though?
Sarri didn't want Dybala. Sarri did not want Dybala, not even to begin the season.
Dybala said that Sarri is the reason why he stayed.
No, when he arrived at Juventus, he did talk about Dybala and Ronaldo. Those are the players that make the difference. But I don't understand why he keeps taking him out when the kid until the last minute he could score a goal. It's like. It's like Ronaldo. When you think Ronaldo didn't do anything the whole game, you give him one long ball, and he's a step ahead of everybody. He started a step behind, and he ended up a step ahead of. So for those people that say that Cristiano Ronaldo is not fast anymore, look at the last goal
and that he can't dribble his man.
Betancourt gave. He started behind, and he ended up first, and also. He anticipated the goalkeeper.
By the way,
and another time he was a midfield, and from midfield they dribbled Usai like nothing, and he went on. So.
By the way, we say, Marco, we want to congratulate our friend Phil. Finally, he's got something to celebrate in Philadelphia. Phil, congratulations!
He was mad at you. He was mad at you.
Even though he was mad at me,
yeah, because what you said, you said on stories on Instagram, you said that. You said you need 100 keepers to
amount to true.
To amount to
donor. With Meret again, but Phil, we love you. Okay, don't get me too personal. Okay, we're still coming to Philadelphia to see you, but
you guys have a friendly banter.
Yeah.
You guys have a friendly banter. What I was gonna say, Ronaldo has eight consecutive games where he scored a goal. It's the best for a Juventus player after Trezeguet, who did 9 in a row. So he's still on it. And the most in Serie A, I think, was Di Natale at 11. There's 2 players, Batistuta. But what I was gonna say, I agree with you about the Dybala thing, because even remember Juventus Lazio last year, how Dybala in the last second was able to dribble his man, score a goal.
It was, the game was almost over.
And I don't think that a guy like Bernardeschi is capable of the same thing. So in a game where things might not be going your way, like you said, I would leave a guy like that on because he's actually capable.
It's weird. Sarri, for example, he makes the same subs all the time, whether it was Juventus, with Chelsea, with Napoli. It was always the same subs. And I feel like he gets stuck into that, and he wants his team to play a certain way, and he feels that Dybala's, not necessarily that he's the weakest link, but just to figure out that whole system, he takes him out for some reason.
He looks almost like Conte.
I don't know. Conte also. Conte doesn't change. The 3-5-2 doesn't change.
Same thing.
Last thing, Paquetá, he did not travel with Milan. He asked after training to not travel. There were some reports that it was due to an anxiety attack that he had, but there were others saying that he's pushing for a move away. Doesn't look like he's in Milan's plans. Anto, thoughts?
Hey, listen, Paquetá took himself for granted. I think in AC Milan, you playing in the Scala del Calcio. The Scala del Calcio is where the best place in the world to play soccer, where all the history of soccer came through San Siro over there. And then maybe the pressure got to him. He started on the right foot, but then he took himself a little bit for granted. The extra dribble here and there, and it's not a different makers the way we thought. We spent $35 million for this kid over here.
Sounds like Piontek.
But nevertheless, AC Milan, I don't think we should give it away. I think we should give him a better chance to showcase the skills that he has, but to play for the team, not playing for himself.
So do you loan him?
I will never leave. I will not give him away.
Loan.
Loan for like
a loan, yes. I will.
Piontek too. His dad came out saying that
Piontek, I would give him away for free.
he said if Piontek doesn't start playing, he's trying to make the Euros. He said that he'll be more than happy to leave.
Yeah,
and
goodbye.
find
See
someone
you.
else.
We'll pay you the tickets.
You done
too.
with Piontek?
No, Piontek is not an AC Milan caliber player.
You used to love the guy.
No way.
No, you didn't love the guy?
I was against sending Cutrone away. Since Piontek came away, since Piontek came in AC Milan, Cutrone was benched. That was the things that I hated the most.
How many goals did Piontek score?
Doesn't matter what he scored. Piontek is not somebody that attacks the empty space into the box the way Cutrone does it. Okay?
Anto, you were doing your pistolero every
because
freaking
you
week
asked me to do it.
So you didn't like him? You didn't like
No,
Piontek?
I don't like Conte. I mean, Piontek the way he
Okay, one last question. You don't have to come here though. Do you want Piontek and Paquetá at Fiorentina? You don't have to come. Just say
yes or no.
Yes or no.
Oh,
wow.
I like it. There we go.
Whoa.
Angelo, we'll give it to you.
For free?
Don't worry. Yeah, we'll give it to you.
You're so nice.
Those would be two good players for Fiorentina.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, that I like. I like the idea of Piontek at Fiorentina.
Joe, if you're listening, just call me and I'll let you know. We'll make it available for you.
We got Maldini over here.
Yeah.
Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Rate us with 5 stars. Thanks to Skrill again for sponsoring today's post. There's links in the description to find out more.
Guys, thank you so much for whoever purchased our merch drop.
Sure.
It did very well, and there's still a couple more things. We have the link in the bio if you want to check the rest out.
Guys, Frankie, Angelo, thank you.
We're gonna make Frankie and
come on.
Angelo say the last thing. Come on.
Yeah, come over here. What do you have to tell them to rate the podcast like Antonio?
Just say everybody like rate the podcast.
Wait, one sit here, one sit here.
Come here.
Frankie,
come here.
Just rate the podcast with 5 stars. Everybody, make sure you do the homework and you get all A's.
Okay, guys, how about we just keep it like this? Antonio and Mike, we don't need you guys anymore. We got 2 new guys.
Go ahead. Go, Frankie, you first.
Okay, guys.
Rate the podcast 5 stars.
There we go.
And we'll see you guys next time.
There we go. Beautiful.
Ciao,
guys, as always, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ragazzi.
Beautiful.
All right, seriously, can we count you guys in every
you
week?
guys are good.
We don't need Antonio and
You
Mike.
guys know your stuff. Oh, give me a break for 1 week, please.